Paradise. And today I will be doing a rant about Adult Swim. I was inspired to make this video because I watched other rant videos by Silvernux, Ravencrow, and Dark Guardian. But most recently I watched Dark Guardian's video on Sonic Female Rant, and she talked a little bit about Adult Swim, so I feel I will just add on to what she said about it today. If you guys cannot hear me very well, I am also adding subtitles at the bottom, sort of like an anime. Ah! Alright, enjoy. Okay, next I will talk about Adult Swim. The anime on Cartoon Network is usually pretty decent. They have Bleach, Blood Plus, Inuyasha, and even Cowboy Bebop sometimes. But lately, they seem to air some of the animes until they get to the midpoint of the anime series, or the beginning, and then they just start them over again. Like, maybe 3 weeks ago, I watched, like, the first 14 episodes of Inuyasha, or, like, first 20, and then they just started it at episode 1 again. What the heck? And then, like 3 weeks ago as well, Bleach was on too, I think. They showed, like, the first 5 episodes, and then they took it off the air, and then they replaced it with something. What the heck was up with that? Are they just, like, trying to mess with my head? Give me, like, a preview? What's that all about? Somebody please tell me! I don't know. And I think they did the same with Blood Plus too, but I don't remember, though. I know it was with Inuyasha and Bleach, though, that they messed around with those two. Now, I'll talk about the other cartoons on Adult Swim. Ever since they aired Aqua Teen Hunger Force, it seems they've been trying to make other cartoons just like it. They had shows like 12-Ounce Mounts, Squidbillies, and then some weird parody anime show. And those shows were just the gayest things I've ever seen. In my opinion, they just seem to use the same comedy that Aqua Teen Hunger Force uses, so it was just kind of lame to see. But that's just what it seems. If you guys want to prove me wrong, then please go ahead and do so. A lot of people seem to like Boondocks and Metalocalypse, but I don't really understand their humor too well. Especially Boondocks. Is it supposed to be like black humor or something? I don't get it. All I know is that the kid with the sword and the afro is cool, only because he has the afro and the sword, though. And Metalocalypse, I really don't understand. People just seem to die and blow up. I don't get why that's funny. So if anybody knows more about these shows, please educate me, because I don't have a clue what they're supposed to mean. Now we have Futurama and Family Guy. I like both the series, but I've just seen the episodes way too many times, and they always air the same episodes on Adult Swim. They don't show all of them, I think. And quite frankly, it's making me very bored. The new episodes of Family Guy just are not funny, and I feel they are losing their touch on the series, and it's going to crash soon, because I do not think it's funny anymore. When they had the Star Wars episode, I think they could have made it like 100 times more funny, but I don't think they put much effort into it. It seems like they're just throwing in these crappy episodes because the show is popular at the beginning, and they feel that it will please the viewers anyway, even if the videos are bad. As far as Futurama, that's still a pretty good show. Me and my little brother Mike, we like to quote it a lot and stuff, but they just seem to show a lot of the same episodes, so I got a little bit bored of that too. But just recently they had this 3 or 4 day Futurama final marathon, and now it is being taken off the air and being replaced with American Dad. I think it's being replaced anyway, that's what it seems. But seriously, American Dad seems exactly like Family Guy. They use the same exact humor, it seems, so I think that's not very funny either. It has its moments, but still not that funny, I think. If you guys feel you can prove me wrong again, then please go ahead and do so, once again, as I said before. Okay, during the day, I'm not really a huge fan of Cartoon Network. I usually just end up watching Cartoon Network when I'm usually bored, because in my opinion, non-animated shows suck for the most part. But that's just my opinion. Others may think differently. And I don't like sports either, which drives my little brother Mike crazy, because he's a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan and he's into football and stuff, and constantly bothers me to watch it with him. The only sports I like? Sumo wrestling and World's Strongest Man. But those are rarely on. Anyways, back to Cartoon Network. Every time I turn it on, they have like 100 different versions of Scooby-Doo. They have like, what's new Scooby-Doo, what's old Scooby-Doo, Kid Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo, where the hell are you, or whatever. All those freaking shows. And they have a freaking live-action movie as well. Ah, it's just crazy. So much Scooby-Doo. Stop showing it. It's getting boring. So, please, Cartoon Network, would you stop showing so much Scooby-Doo? I'd rather watch Naruto, One Piece, Ben 10, which is okay, The Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Kids Next Door is it's okay, it has its moments. I'll even watch Goosebumps, which isn't even a cartoon show, but I watched this as a kid and it's cool to watch the episodes again. Those shows I like or can at least tolerate to a certain point. Also, when I turn on Cartoon Network, there are a lot of freaking Tom and Jerry movies. Ah! The only Tom and Jerry cartoons I'm going to watch are the originals. But yeah, like Goosebumps, I grew up watching those ones too. I also like Looney Tunes. Why don't they even put Looney Tunes on Cartoon Network? And yes, I'm a grown-up who still watches cartoons. If you guys have a problem with that, you can just kindly leave or just give me a bad rating. And please, if you have hateful comments, just please keep them to yourself. There's no need for that. There's no need to comment them because this is just a video. If you really feel you need to write some kind of hate comment, do it in like your diary or like in your class notes at school or something. But not here. As I mentioned before, I just watch cartoons mainly because all the non-animated shows suck. Also, my brothers are into the same stuff too, so I grew up around them all my life, so we just all kind of share the same interests. Mainly Josh, though. Not Mike as much. So, yeah, that's why I still watch cartoons. Also, they should put on, like, Batman the Animated Series or Superman the Animated Series or even Justice League. Those shows kicked ass. Those would be great on Cartoon Network. And this will end my first rant on Adult Swim. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good night or a good day. Yeah, one of those. Alright, see ya.